So near the end of Fellowship of the Ring, Boromir, one of the 9 members of the Fellowship, snaps and gives in to the power of the ring. This is not really a surprising development, as the film throughout its runtime has been hinting at Boromir's vulnerability and pessimism, even though he seems to mean well. Coming back to this scene, I want to focus on one moment that takes place just minutes before Boromir's madness. Take a look. Did you catch that? The film essentially wants to subconsciously register the rising tension between Boromir and Frodo, a sort of foreshadowing for what's going to happen. We know what we saw, yet we can't really put a finger on what's exactly wrong. This is great filmmaking. And it's not just the editing that's doing the magic, it's also the music. Even before the film set up for Boromir's madness, the music takes a significant tonal shift. It transitions from the wondrous to something sinister. This whole setup, anticipation, and the eventual conclusion look similar to how a 3-act structure works. In a 3-act movie, we have the setup, which usually involves introducing the characters, the relations, what do they do, etc. Then, it's followed by confrontation. This is where the plot moves forward, conflicts are formed, the protagonist gets into trouble and tries to come out of it. You get the idea. Finally, it all ends with resolution. This is, simply put, the conclusion. Where loose ends are tied up, the plot is complete. Coming back to our example, it has the same exact structure. We have the setup, the confrontation, and the conclusion. This seems like a pretty obvious way to build tension, and there isn't anything new in it. But this structure is, well, a structure. How you use it to your advantage depends on how you want the scene to be played out. Throughout the entire film, we had grown suspicious of Boromir. But when the moment finally came to confirm our suspicions, the film didn't just show it to us, it built upon it one last time as a reminder of Boromir's true intentions. And that is why this scene is so powerful and feels authentic.
Please, Frodo.
Okay, so like I said, this is just a structure. So in how many ways could we use it to build tension? Well, you can stretch the tension.
If anyone was to ask for my opinion, which I note they're not, I'd say we were taking the long way round. Gandalf, we could pass through the mines of Moria. My cousin Balin would give us a royal welcome.
No, Gimli. I would not take the road through Moria unless I had no other choice.
Sorry!
Get him! There you shot him! Hold him! Hold him tight! May! Got my arm! Got my arm!
What is that?
Nothing, it's just a wisp of cloud.
It's moving fast. Against the wind. Crabine from Dunland!
Hide!
Hurry! Frodo! Cover!
It's like the suspense is a rubber band, and I'm just stretching it and stretching it and stretching and see how far it can stretch. Now, normally in a situation when you do a movie, you try to make your scenes as compact as possible so there's not air and you don't wear out your welcome with the audience. But in this method, as long as that rubber band can stretch, the longer the scene can hold, the more suspenseful it is.
While our first example used editing and conversation, this is almost purely audiovisual. Notice how we, the audience, is never shown what the danger is. So we feel that sense of dread the Fellowship is feeling, like it can come anytime, but we don't know when. This unpredictability is what makes this scene great. Again, just show what the danger is right away and the scene just feels flat. There are multiple sequences in Fellowship of the Ring with this structure. Director Peter Jackson, editor John Gilbert, and composer Howard Shore have combined forces to smartly use this structure to their advantage. But it isn't fun if this technique is kept just for the shocking moments or the thrilling
And
moments.
some cabbages. And those 3 bags of potatoes that we lifted last week. And then the mushrooms the week before.
Yes, Pippin. My point is, he's clearly overreacted. Run!
Or it can even elevate small moments that seem insignificant.
Mr. Frodo? Frodo? Frodo!
The Fellowship of the Ring has received a massive praise for its art direction, locations, music, the performances. But most people forget to appreciate the hidden aspects like the editing, the pacing, the camera work. Films aren't always about the things you see, it's also about the things you don't. Part of the magic is to make us feel the ordeal, the thrill, the laughter, the sadness that the characters themselves feel. Fellowship is no exception. Its story just pops out of the screen. So next time, when you fall in love with a film, go back again and take the time to appreciate how they did it. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching the very first video essay of Artective. Hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please support this channel by hitting the subscribe button so that I can bring new content as fast as possible. Artective is a new series of essays that looks closely into the art of films, music, video games, literature, etc. Your opinions are very much welcome, and I would treat them as suggestions to improve my content. At the moment, this channel isn't my full-time job, so if you think you want to help me dedicate my entire time to this channel so that the content comes out faster and of higher quality, please consider supporting me on my Patreon page.